population was in government service. Many were needed to collect the increased taxes being levied throughout the empire. A top-heavy government was placing a crushing burden on its citizens. By imperial decrees, Diocletian and his successors tried to freeze the economy into stability. For example, no citizen would be allowed to change his occupation. A tradesman, for example, must stay at his trade, and his heirs, too. Perhaps the hardest hit by the imperial edicts were the tenant farmers. They were bound to the land, unable to move away. For protection and help, a colonist, or tenant farmer, usually turned not to the unyielding government, but to the wealthy landholder, becoming his servant. Freedom was surrendered for security. And yet, even the landholder in the late empire often felt insecure. For comfort, he might turn to books of Roman literature or philosophy. He might even forsake his Roman gods to accept the gods of older religions brought into the empire from the east. A new religion, Christianity, was spreading throughout the empire, with particular appeal to the masses. Christianity, more than other religions, offered hope and salvation to Romans seeking spiritual comfort. Roman armies, once the backbone of the empire, were no longer invincible conquerors. In her weakness, Rome was giving way to the pressure of barbarian forces outside her borders. Roman armies were enlisting German tribesmen and other foreigners into their army. Barbarians came to know Roman culture, to adopt Roman ways. With this blending of peoples, the last period of the decline had begun. The final century and a half of the empire is remembered mostly for the reign of Constantine, an outstanding ruler who became sole emperor in 324 AD. He made Christianity the state religion of the empire. Constantine moved the capital of the empire from Rome to his newly built city of Constantinople, feeling that the Eastern Empire had better chances of survival. This proved true. The Eastern Empire lasted over 1,000 years. Yet it was here, near Adrianople, in 378 AD, that Rome lost a crucial battle. Gothic tribes pushed across the Danube frontier and destroyed a Roman army at Adrianople. Now the 100-year period of terrible invasions which destroyed the Western Empire began. The Roman garrisons were overrun by the barbarians. The conquerors became at last the conquered. The invaders made slaves of some of the Roman people. The fine Roman roads stood open for other invaders to follow. And they did follow. The eternal city, Rome, was twice sacked during this period, by Goths in 410 and by Vandals in 455. The imperial city had come to this, a rich prize for savage warriors. No more would Rome be the ruler of the Western world. The confusion of this final period came to an end during the brief reign of Romulus Augustulus, a boy who was the last Roman emperor. A powerless figurehead, the boy symbolized a helpless empire. Then the barbarian general Odoacer ended the farce, deposing the boy. He was the last of a long line of emperors who ruled during dramatic centuries of the decline of the Roman Empire. The year was 476 AD. The conquerors marveled at the outward signs of Rome's past greatness. In time, they would come to share in Rome's accumulation of culture, her feats of engineering, of architecture, her gifts of law and organization. These things did not die. Eventually, out of the decline of the Roman Empire, a new and different age would arise in Western Europe.